Welcome to the Directors Club podcast, your go-to resource for childcare center owners and directors seeking success at their centers. Each week, we dive into the world of childcare management, sharing valuable tips, tools, resources, and strategies to help you build enrollment, retain top teachers, and streamline your operations. With a casual and lighthearted approach, we tackle the challenges you face from staffing and enrollment to business skills and time management. Join us as we unlock the secrets to creating a thriving childcare center. Let's laugh, learn, and grow together. This is the Directors Club podcast. Hello, how are you doing today? It's Noelle. Today I'm here to talk about taming the paperwork jungle, or organizing your office. I know that when my office feels like a hot mess express, I don't feel right working. I feel out of sorts. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I have a to-do list that's just never going to go down. And sometimes when you get like that, I find it super helpful to shut down for a day, a whole day. Make a plan that you're going to shut your office door, come in something comfortable, bring a bunch of trash bags, recycle bins, security bins, whatever you got to bring in, and get control of your office. Sometimes just cleaning it and going through the piles will make you feel better. And they also know that sometimes if you're really feeling out of sorts and just not in to your role itself and you're not feeling connected and just like blah about the role, when you rearrange your office or take down some decorations you've had in there and maybe put some fresh ones up, that can make you feel good too, just rearranging things. Because taking control of all this chaos, while it can seem daunting, it can definitely transform your cluttered office. It can be done. And I'm going to give you a few steps that you can take along the way to help you come up with a plan to get it done. And so the first thing I like to tell everybody is start with a clean slate. Begin by clearing everything out of your office. Start with your desk drawers. Go through each drawer. What don't you need? What can you donate? And I like to get boxes. And I have a box for paperwork, a box for recycling, a box for if I'm going to send something to Savers, or things you're going to put in the storage room for the teachers to have access to that you don't need anymore, that the kids can recycle. And while it might seem overwhelming, it just really helps with opening every drawer, every shelf, touch everything and look at it and say, do I need it? And put it in one of the boxes. Number 2 is create your paperwork categories. When you have all this paper, now you've cleaned everything, what you're saving, what can you go through and organize? I like to organize my things in money, money, administration, and people. I have 3 types of files that I have, and I put them in order of money, administration, and people, my success map. So look at the paperwork and say, okay, like these are money topics. So put all those together and put those in files. And then all the administration things that you need to keep, like your insurance renew or certificate of occupancy, whatever you have to keep. And then the last thing is your people. Put all your kids' files in one area and your people in the other. And I know you're not going to like this, but the next thing is implement a filing system. I hate to file, literally hate to file. And it's like one of my worst things. I have no idea why. I just hate it. Go through your files. I know that you probably have piles of stuff that have to be put into the files. Put some earphones in, put your favorite show on or your favorite music, and just go for it. Get it done. You've now cleaned out your desks. You've cleaned out your shelves. Organize your paperwork, and now you've put all the paper in the right files for everybody. That can itself take a day or longer, right? If you have a big hot mess, which is okay, because some people do, you might need more than one day, so plan accordingly. The 4th thing I want you to think about is digital tools. Can you scan things in? You don't need to keep paper. Do you have a label maker? Maybe you have to label things better. So think about tools that you can invest in that you can keep your files a little bit more organized so it's easier going forward. Because the whole point of this is to clean slate, refresh, organize everything. But then you have to have a plan how you're going to keep it that way. And that's where we're going to get into establish a management system for all this stuff. Create a system for incoming and outgoing mail. So have a specific spot that you want your people to put things in. Outside of our office, we have injury report. We have those plastic file organizers that screw into the wall like a mailbox. And we have injury reports go in one. All the injury reports are together, which is super nice. The daily sign-in sheets are there. They have their own one. We used to do time off requests by paper, but we do it online now. But you could have time off requests. So whatever paperwork that you get in and you get a lot of and you don't want to lose, that you can easily put someplace confidential in the office area, some different types of those types of files, and then an inbox outside your office, not on your desk. You don't want people throwing stuff on your desk. Think about what ways could you hang things up on the wall to keep you a little bit more organized and that you don't lose things. Because I know that is when our office gets to be a mess and unorganized and piles everywhere, we lose things. And you don't want to lose things. I know you don't. See if you can find a system to do that. And then say to everybody, everything else goes in my inbox, which is hanging here, and leave it there. And then come up with a plan. How are you going to address all those things? I would use a calendar. And if you have to, we have to input injury logs. When we take the injury report from the teacher, we have to enter it into a log. And then we have to take the injury report and file it in the child's file. Think of a process for that. On your calendar, once a month, write the word injury log. And on that day, when you get to that day on your calendar, head outside, grab all the injury logs out of that file, hang it on the wall, and go do your thing. Enter them, and then go file them in the drawer. Come up with a system that you can easily maintain and keep up with. Now, if you have a lot of injury reports each month, that's like another podcast, but you could do 2 or 3 times on your calendar and make it super easy. Think of ways. Same thing with the daily sheets. We have to have them sign this sheet that they drop their child off and pick their child up. It's the daily attendance log. And we have to file that. All week long, they're putting them in there. And then once a week, someone that covers the desk in the afternoon goes through them, organizes them by date, by classroom, staples them, and then goes and files them. So think of little things that you can do that way. Can you delegate a task for someone watching the door? Think of things that systems you could set up as you're thinking of what you're pulling off of your desk and off of your piles. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is implement a one-touch rule. Try to handle each piece of paper only once. When you pick it up, act on it, file it, or toss it. And this will prevent it from accumulating or just moving from pile to pile. One thing that we just talked about was injury log, right? If you teacher hands it to you and you put it on your desk and then you're I don't have time to enter it, and then you move it, that's all you're doing. Think about what type of system you want to have and how you want to keep up with that. Even if just dealt with things like 15 minutes a day, start your day off with this one-touch rule, going through your desk and seeing what you can get rid of. Another thing that you can do, and the last thing I'm going to talk about, is if it's really bad and you don't know what to do, you could seek professional help from an organizer. I know that there's many personal organizers all over the place. I didn't know this, but there is a organization for them. I have a friend in the community that's a professional organizer, and she will go right into your office and help you go through the paperwork if it's just too much for you. So one thing I want to tell you, if it is too much, make a list. And I know lists, you look at that too, and you're thinking that's really overwhelming, but just do one thing. All you have to do is one thing a day. You don't have to do, if you can't handle the big picture and you walk in and you're still feeling overwhelmed, one thing. You write a list and say, I need to clean out my desk. And my desk has 4 drawers. I write clean out my desk, drawer 1, drawer 2, drawer 3, drawer 4, and then the top of it. And then the next thing I'm going to say, clean off this shelf. clean off the printer table. And then just do one thing if that's all you can handle, or just bang out the list and do it if you can all together. Organizing a chaotic office or just an office full of paperwork needs a plan, like I just said, and a little bit of effort and a willingness to maintain the system that you just put in place. I know that you're going to get your office to a place that feels good. You have everything in order, things are up to date. Maybe you reorganized, maybe you moved around your decorations and made it look a little bit different or added something fresh. It's going to make you feel really good. And I want you to reflect on that. How does that feel? That you probably feel like accomplished. You don't feel as overwhelmed. I know, like, once I go through things and feel a little bit more organized, I feel so much better. Remember that. And on the days that your piles start piling back up, I want you to stop and reflect. What was that day feel like when I got it all done? And how do I get back there? If your office is a hot mess, take that first step today. Begin with one corner or one category of paperwork and gradually work your way through the office. Remember, the goal is not just to clean up, but to create a system that will keep your workspace organized in the long run. Good luck organizing your office. I want you to take a picture of before and after and message me, and I want to cheer you joining us on today's I hope you have a great day. Bye, everybody. We hope you found tips, tools, and strategies valuable for your childcare center. To access even more resources and take your center to new heights, visit our website at thedirectorsclub.net. There you'll find a wealth of exclusive content, training programs, and support tailored specifically to childcare center owners and directors. Don't miss out on this opportunity to unlock your center's full potential. Remember, success starts here at the Directors Club.